my Facebook and YouTube family. It's a pleasant Sunday out here, and thank you for coming to Need to Trust a Friend and chat with Cece tonight. As you can see, I tried to do something a little different here. Tried to give you a 1970 Pam Grier afro. The hair won't stay on top, it don't puff up exactly on top, but I did the best I can. But anyway, I'm glad you're here tonight. I got a special treat for you all. Tonight, I got a special friend, Malik Ismail. He's coming from his own YouTube and radio channel called the Vanguard Group. What is the Vanguard Group? I'm going to let him explain it. But he talks a lot of community events. He talk about what's happening today. Very, very interesting young man. And I encourage you all to follow along subscribe, just like you do me, subscribe, share, comment, because you're going to have a special treat tonight. So let's bring them on. Hi, Malik.
Hey, how you doing, Cece?
I'm doing fine. Let me take this background out and set us up for a minute.
Okay, and I love the hair.
Thank you. You know what?
I gotta give you.
I was out today and I seen these girls out taking pictures, and they were very 1970.
Okay.
And afro and everything. And I told my husband, I said, you know what? I said, I'm going home. And I said, I wonder, because I always had problems with this top, getting it to pop up,
Oh, okay.
Try to get that look. So, I mean, hey, here it is.
You got it.
Yeah, and I thought it'd be fitting for the show tonight. But tell us, first, tell us who you are. Where could we tune in on your channel, and what made you get started? And with the topics, because you do a lot of Black history, Black Panther history. What influenced you? Tell us who you are, then tell us what influenced you to get on this, and remember to tell us where to find you.
Okay, sure, certainly. Well, I'm Malik Ismail. I'm an author, writer, traveler, show host. I was a former show host at Power 108.9, the Vanguard show. And then due to COVID, we decided to go ahead and do a podcast from our home unit just for safety reasons. And I've been doing that for quite a while. Matter of fact, today I was actually interviewing Dr. Kato Gato Cooks of the Southern California chapter of the Black Panther Party. So he gave me some great information. Originally, I'm from Miami, Florida, and I have a family in Louisiana, and I was pretty much raised there. I happened to make a trip over to Africa, and I met Stokely Carmichael, who's known as Kwame Ture. And he was the one who really challenged me to join some organization. And after I told him, well, I'm not part of any organization. Well, he challenged me. He said, well, brother, if you care about your people and you want to participate in the struggle, you can't do it with lip service. So therefore, So he challenged me on the spot. And from there, I decided to, look for an organization. And despite looking at, I respect NAACP, CORE, Urban League, Southern Christian Leadership Conference, the other more cultural groups. But thing is, I said the only thing that fit me particularly was the, something in the vein of the Black Panther Party. And then once I chose that organization, I kind of rose up pretty quickly through the ranks in terms of the Panther Vanguard, which is the offshoot of the Southern California chapter of the Black Panther Party, which was organized by Bob Kwaku Duran, who organized the Southern California chapter back in 77 to 82. And also I was comrades with Charles Boko Freeman, who just recently passed away. But he was part of the People's Party too, as well as the Houston chapter of the Black Panther Party, the Queens chapter of the Black Panther Party, and then the Los Angeles chapter of the Black Panther Party. And once I got involved in that, they saw I had a talent for writing, which I didn't know I had. I'm not a trained writer. I haven't taken a class. I just have a gift that it was discovered from them. And so the thing is, I was good at writing. I was good at rally speaking. And so therefore they put me in the role of Minister of Information. And that's really where all the ability to be the organization's propagandist began, which pretty much took form in print media. Then that really helped me in this form of media, which is digital media. And that's where I am today. And as you mentioned, I'm the author of From Old Guard to Vanguard, a second generation Panther. And we have this podcast now.
Yeah, and I thought that name was interesting because from Old Guard to Vanguard. What exactly? I know how you said you picked the Vanguard, off of the chapter that was in California. But what exactly do Vanguard really mean?
Well, certainly. The Black Panther Party was considered the vanguard of the revolution. So they're the ones that were out front in the how do you say it, the trenches, so to speak, in terms of being the first line of defense for the people, particularly the Black community.
Yeah.
And so therefore, if you really talk about the origin of the Black Panther Party, you got to go to October 15th, 1966, when Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale formed the Black Panther Party for self-defense. And they got their idea from the Lowndes County Freedom Organization in Alabama.
Really?
Earlier, which in Stokely Carmichael, Cleveland Sellers, Timothy Hayes, and others, they were down there. They helped the group named the Lowndes County Freedom Organization, and they had the image of a Black Panther as their political image. They didn't want to go with the elephant with the Republican Party. They didn't want to go with the Dixiecrats, who had this little skinny chicken with the word white supremacy emboldened across its chest. So they say that's not the party for us. So they formed their own political party because they were the majority in that particular county. So it really began with Huey Newton and Bobby Seale later. And after that, when the Black Panther Party evolved, there was an LA chapter that was formed by El Prentice Bunchy Carter. And he formed the Southern California chapter in 1968, and he was assassinated in 1969. Him and John Jerome Huggins, and then they had notable members like Geronimo Pratt, Elaine Brown, but eventually that chapter was destroyed, and many members like Dr. Cato Cooks went underground. And then this chapter reemerged with Kwaku Duran from 77 to 82. And then once the entire Black Panther Party dissipated or ended, a few years later, Kwaku formed the Panther Vanguard movement, originally called the New African American Vanguard movement, which was its intent was to carry on the revolutionary spirit of the party, but form it within a movement to carry it into current times.
Okay. That is interesting. I mean, you're so knowledgeable on this. I'm older than you. And really, we heard about the Black Panther because, Black Panther Party was in effect when, I don't want to say my age, but, I would just say a knee baby when the Black Panther.
I was going to say you're around 22. Hey, you look good.
Yeah. But we know of them, and we always heard stories. Some of it's true, some of it's not true, because the society wants you to believe that the Black Panther was a bad militant group, but we all know the Black Panther was nothing like that. It was nothing like a bad militant group. In fact, they helped uplift the people, and we needed that at that time. Even now, you said a second generation has come on, and it's good to know because I'm not that versed in the Black Panther Party right now to know what's going on with them, but I am glad to hear that there's a second generation coming on because as our elders, John Lewis just died, and we have a couple of more that's noted out there. Now we know we have a lot of people, like you say, people that's in the Black Panther Party back in the day. They still alive. Some of them are still alive, but everybody focused on the mainstream, like and Mayor Andrew Young and John Lewis and everything. But they are fading out. They're fading out, and we need others to step up and get in their place. And that's why I'm so glad that you said the second generation of Panthers. Now, let me ask you: is that second generation? I know California is like a main base, but are they all over the United States? Do they have chapter all over?
Well, my era or my generation, if you will, which we regard as the 2nd generation of the third wave in Los Angeles, we actually disbanded in 2002. We were in existence for a number of years, but our headquarters was firebombed, and then there was a split at the top of the ranks. So we pretty much are defunct. But I see other groups out here like the Black Lives Matter. I see people like what's my man Zulu Sherrod in New Jersey. He has the new African Black Panther Party, which he's actually doing some really good social work. Jack Jackson, actually, he's doing some great work in New Jersey as well. I think of a young minister named his name is Stretch Sanders. He's also an author, and he's doing some great work with the New Era. And so therefore, there are groups and individuals out there that are doing some great things. But the reason I wrote my book is to really, just as I read Bobby Seale and Kathleen Cleaver and Eldridge Cleaver and Wayne Farr, my intent, since we failed in our objective, was to go ahead and inspire the next generation. And people like Stretch Sanders was inspired by my book and others as well. So I'm just honored, and I have to carry on the torch or pass the torch to some of these young brothers, but continue to contribute in a different way, because it's really the young people's time, and we can definitely be the elders to help guide them.
Yeah, it really is. And just like with all the protests, I can't particularly go out to protest, but I could do stuff like hand out water to the ones that is out there. Everybody could contribute. Yeah, everybody could contribute in their own way. And you are so right about people talk a good game. I know people personally that will sit here and whine about this and whine about that. And generally they're not doing nothing themselves, and whining is not going to get you nowhere, So I just, and the Black Panther Party really historically have done so much from our community, down to the free lunches in the schools, when we was getting killed and was, I wouldn't say defenseless, but, with the mentality, that I did a show on, passed down from slavery, feeling like we just defenseless. We had people to stand up for us,
Absolutely.
That would stand up and say, no, they wasn't violent, but they let you know, no, this is not going to happen today, And,
I always like to tell people that that Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X made me proud to be a Black man, but it was the Black Panther Party that made me proud to be a human being. And that human service to the community was so important. We used to give away 5 to 10 to 20,000 bags of free food to needy families in the community. We had a SAFE program, Seniors Against Fearful Environment, programs in which we escorted elders to the grocery store to check cash in places. They didn't have automatic stuff like they have today.
That's right.
And we had so many political education classes. So it really was a way to bring theory into practice, because a lot of people talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. And we call those hair and nail shop revolutionaries. They're an emporium that deal with the superficial, external beauty. And words are beautiful, but it's action that is truly supreme.
Yeah, it is true. And a lot of people want to, ride other people's coattail. They want to see the next person get out there and march, and they proud of them. But what are they doing? It takes a community. It takes everybody. Like I said, you can't get out there and march, but you could do something. You could contribute money. You could give books and stuff to our children in needy areas. You could do something. But to sit back and just, oh, woe is me, and complain about what other people are doing, or say they're not doing enough, that just ain't getting it. And really, I'm at the stage of my life, I don't really want to hear the bitching and complaining, I'll just come out and say, either you're going to help to do something or think of a way that you can help. Just sitting back, just riding other people's coattails is just not getting it. One thing I found amazing, because like I said, I listened to a couple of your shows, and it's just so informative. One broadcast you did, you said that it wasn't only African American Black Panthers; they had white Black Panthers.
Yeah, well, they had separate groups that formed their own image of the Black Panthers, and you had the White Panther Party. You had the Brown Berets, which was part of the mostly West Coast Mexican American or Latin Americans. You had the Young Lords, which were overwhelmingly Puerto Rican, Dominican, and what have you in Chicago, New York. So you had the American Indian movement, AIM. We actually work with the latter generation aspect of them, as well as the Brown Berets. So you had coalition politics, because it's very important to form these coalitions and to work together. A lot of people don't know that the Rainbow Coalition that Brother Jesse Jackson had, it really came from Fred Hampton, because he formed the Rainbow Coalition with Appalachian whites, with the Young Lords that were in Chicago, and students and church organizations. So he brought them together to form what he called a Rainbow Coalition. And then Brother Jesse Jackson, like I say, he was actually a benefactor of taking that information and then turning it into something later on. And I want to definitely tell people to go see Judas and the Black Messiah, which is the story of Fred Hampton, the Chicago Black Panther Party, which is out this year, and also the police informant, William O'Neill, that gave the floor plans in which the police came at 4:30 in the morning, December 4th, 1969, and assassinated Fred Hampton in his sleep. And so, and both Akua and Jerry, which was Fred Hampton's fiance, as well as Fred Hampton Jr., who was in her belly when they were she was laying on top of Fred Hampton while they were shooting him. They were the ones involved in this project. So I definitely recommend everyone check it out.
Okay, that's very interesting. You said that's a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie coming out now. Matter of fact, your brother that did Lakeisha Stanfield, I think his name was, he's in the movie as he's playing William O'Neill. And then you have the brother who was in what's that movie? Something in Slim. He was in the other movie. I forgot his name, but anyway, there's some recognized actors.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I can't pronounce the name, but yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah, but I know who you're talking about, that Slim movie. Okay, so we'll watch out for that. And do you have a copy of your book?
Yeah. Absolutely. It's From Old Guard to Vanguard, and it chronicles the legacy of the LA Panthers in Los Angeles. It was a 3-era legacy of the Panther movement in Los Angeles, and we were part of the third wave. And I'm connected to Kwaku Duran, who was part of both, from the 70s Black Panther Party to the Panther Vanguard movement in the 90s. So they can get that on Amazon.com. I have a website. You just look up Malik Ishmael on Wix. You can order it that way, or you can just email me at omawalex@yahoo.com, OMAWALEX @yahoo.com, and you'll get a personalized copy. And it runs for.
You're gonna sign it for him? Okay.
I'll sign it for him and everything. Yes.
Okay, you all hear that? You heard it on Let's Chat first. You contact him, and like I said, the email address. I'm sorry I didn't put it on my link, but if you contact me through needtotrustafriend@gmail, or I'm gonna let Malik say that email address again, you can get a book that's already signed. So that's awesome. Malik, say your email again.
Sure, it's OMAWALEX @yahoo.com.
That's great. And
they can also follow. I have a Facebook page as well. Just look From Old Guard to Vanguard, a second generation Panther on Facebook, and you can contact me that way as well.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. We'll definitely do that because, like I said, watching your podcast alone, I mean, I have learned so much. You know, you think you know a lot of history, but then when you hear and you get these people that's on the front lines. That's what I like about your show. You
Oh, thank
know,
you.
you don't just tell people stuff. You get these people and interview them and let them tell it firsthand. You know,
Yeah. Oh,
that's
absolutely.
yeah,
And,
that's awesome right there. So when can we expect to hear your podcast? When do you do it?
okay, well, actually, I did one today, and I posted it on YouTube. So
I see that
just
one.
go to Malik Ishmael on YouTube. I'm probably the only brother on there, so the rest are my Pakistani brothers. So you just go to the black guy,
Okay.
or you can go to my Facebook page, or I should say the Vanguard, the Vanguard Show Facebook page, and I
Mhm.
always post copies of the program on there, so you can get it from there.
Okay, so if we click, do it work like mine that if you click notification that automatically you'll get notified when you're on air?
Yeah, actually, will it
Okay.
will?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone heard that, and I inspire you to do that because, like I said, this brother has a lot of history under his belt, and he's very well traveled. When I met Malik, we always talk about the places we've been and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
And yeah, one thing I love about your travels, just like me, you know, we
Mhm.
just don't stay in the tourist section. We want to go dig down deeper and let's see what the community about. You know, some people travel and you know they say, well, why do you want to go there? Or you know, I gotta be here, and I don't feel like it's safe. Well, like I say, I want to experience the real community. You know,
Well,
you know,
travel broadens your horizon,
yeah,
and that's
yeah.
what I really learned. And matter of fact, my first living mentor, I had to go to Ghana, West Africa, to
Mm-hmm,
meet him during a conference, Stokely Carmichael, which is known as Kwame Ture. So traveling broadens your horizon. I've been blessed to go to many places. I've been to Egypt 6 times. I've been
mm-hmm,
to South Africa. I've been to Ghana. I've been to Rio de Janeiro. I've been throughout the islands, including Cuba.
mm-hmm.
And many of my articles of my travels, you can check it out in Rolling Out Magazine. You just Google Rolling Out Magazine and Malik Ishmael, and you'll run across many of my articles.
Mm-hmm. And you get down and talk with the people, you know,
Yeah,
to get
no,
their
absolutely.
experiences. That's what I love about you too. So
Oh,
Malik,
thank you.
thank you for coming on. Let's see your book one more time.
Oh,
And
sure. All right, here we go. Here.
okay, yeah,
Hold up.
okay. We're gonna see that book from the Old Guard to Vanguard. You can pick that up at Wix, Amazon, and most of all, if you email Malik, he's gonna sign a personal copy for you. That's
Oh, absolutely.
awesome. Thank you for coming on today. I
Oh, thanks for
appreciate it.
having
You
me,
made
and I love your platform as well. It's a wonderful platform, and that's part of that activism
well,
because
we
we
have
all
to
have to do
support
our
each
parts.
other. We have to support each other, and I appreciate the support that you and your wife have always gave to me.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate
Mhm.
that. All
Okay,
right.
well, I'm gonna say good night. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and thanks
Thank
for
you.
chatting with Cece.
Oh, thank you. Have a good one now, sister.
Okay.